I've always been the kind of person who needs noise to sleep. Not loud noise, just something in the background. A fan, a TV, rain sounds. Anything to keep the silence from feeling too heavy. That's why that night stood out so much, because the house was completely silent. It wasn't supposed to be. I had left the TV on in the living room, like always, just low enough to blend into the background while I scrolled on my phone. But at some point, I noticed something strange. I couldn't hear it anymore. I looked up from my phone. The screen was still glowing across the room, flickering faint light against the walls. But there was no sound. No voices. No static. Nothing. Just silence. I frowned and sat up a little straighter. That's when I heard it. A soft tapping sound somewhere down the hallway. I stayed still, listening. Tap, tap, tap. It wasn't loud. It wasn't aggressive. If anything, it sounded careful, almost hesitant, like something was testing the space. I muted my phone without even realizing it, trying to hear more clearly. The tapping stopped. The silence that followed felt heavier than before, like the house itself was holding its breath. I told myself it was nothing. Old houses make noise. Wood expands, pipes shift, things settle. I'd heard that explanation 100 times, but this didn't feel like that. This felt intentional. I slowly stood up from the couch, my eyes fixed on the dark hallway ahead. The only light came from behind me, stretching my shadow forward across the floor, long and distorted. "Hello?" I called out. My voice sounded smaller than I expected. No answer. Of course not. I let out a quiet breath, shaking my head slightly, trying to convince myself I was overreacting. Then it came again, this time closer. A dragging sound, like something lightly scraping across wood. My stomach tightened. That wasn't the house, that wasn't pipes, that was something moving, and it was coming from my bedroom. I knew, without a doubt, that I had closed that door earlier. I always do. It's a habit. One of those small things you don't think about until something makes you question it. I took a slow step forward, then another. Each step felt louder than it should have, the floor creaking under my weight. As I got closer, the hallway grew darker, the light from the living room fading behind me. And then I saw it. My bedroom door, slightly open, just enough to leave a thin line of darkness spilling into the hallway. I stopped walking. My heart was beating faster now, loud enough that I could feel it in my chest. I stared at the door, trying to remember. Had I left it open? No, I was sure I hadn't. I always close it. Always. The silence stretched on again. No more tapping, no more dragging. Just that door, sitting there, waiting. I swallowed slowly and took another step closer. The air felt colder here, or maybe that was just my imagination. I stood just a few feet away now, staring into the darkness inside my room. It felt wrong. Not empty, not quiet, but occupied. Like there was something in there, just out of sight, watching. I don't know why I did it. I shouldn't have. Every part of me was telling me to turn around, go back to the living room, turn on all the lights, pretend none of this was happening. But instead, I spoke. "Who's there?" The words came out quieter than I expected, almost swallowed by the darkness. I waited. Nothing. No movement. No sound. I exhaled slowly, a nervous breath leaving my body as I tried to steady myself. "Seriously," I said, a little louder this time. "Who's there?" Still nothing. For a second, I almost laughed, not because it was funny, but because it felt ridiculous, standing there talking to an empty room. But something stopped me, because the door, it moved, just slightly. A slow, almost careful creak, opening a little wider, not by me, on its own. And that's when I realized I wasn't alone. The door didn't swing open all at once. It moved slowly, carefully, like whatever was behind it didn't want to make noise, or didn't want to be noticed. But it was too late for that. I had already seen it move, and now I couldn't look away. The gap widened just a little more, revealing a deeper stretch of darkness inside my room. The light from the living room behind me barely reached past the doorway, fading into nothing just a few feet in. I stood there, completely still, listening, waiting. My brain was trying to make sense of it, trying to find something logical. Anything, but nothing fit. There was no wind, no open windows, no reason for the door to move on its own. And yet, it had. A quiet pressure started building in my chest, the kind that makes your breathing feel shallow, like your body already knows something is wrong before your mind can catch up. I should have turned on the hallway light. I should have walked away, but I didn't. Instead, I took another step forward, then another. The floor creaked under my weight, and for a split second, I thought I saw something shift inside the room. I froze. My eyes locked onto the darkness beyond the doorway. "Okay, this isn't funny," I said, trying to sound firm. My voice didn't sound like mine. It sounded tight, unsteady, like I was trying too hard to keep control. No response. But something had changed. I could feel it. The air felt heavier now, thicker, like the space itself was reacting to me being there. Then I noticed something else. The silence wasn't complete anymore. There was a sound. Faint. Almost too quiet to notice at first. But once I heard it, I couldn't unhear it. Breathing. Slow. Uneven. And it wasn't mine. It was coming from inside the room. My heart started pounding harder, each beat echoing in my ears. I didn't move. Didn't speak. I just stood there, listening to something breathe. In my room. Then, a shift. Subtle. But enough. Something moved in the darkness, not quickly, not suddenly. Slowly, like it was adjusting its position, watching me. I leaned slightly to the side, trying to see deeper into the room without stepping any closer, and that's when I saw it. At first, I thought it was just my eyes playing tricks on me again. A reflection, maybe. Something catching the light. But then it blinked. 2 small points, low to the ground, faint, but unmistakable. Eyes. My entire body locked up. I couldn't breathe, couldn't think. I just stared. The eyes didn't move. They didn't shift or flicker. They were fixed on me, unblinking, watching. Seconds passed, or maybe minutes. I couldn't tell anymore. Time didn't feel normal. Nothing did. Then the eyes moved, not side to side, not away. Up, slowly. Very slowly. Like whatever they belonged to was rising. My stomach dropped. The shape behind them started to become slightly clearer, not detailed, not visible in a normal sense, but present. A darker shape inside the dark. Too tall, too still. And it kept getting higher. The eyes followed, lifting, leveling, until they were looking directly at me, at my height. My chest tightened so hard it hurt. This wasn't something crouched. This wasn't something small. Whatever was in my room had been lower before, and now it was standing, fully. The breathing changed, closer now, clearer, and then it spoke, not loud, not aggressive, but close enough to feel, like the sound wasn't just in the room, but right next to me. "You can see me." My vision blurred for a second. My brain refused to process it. That voice, it didn't sound human, not completely. There was something wrong with the way it formed words, too slow, too deliberate, like it was learning how to speak. As it spoke, I wanted to run. Every instinct in my body was screaming at me to turn around and get out, but my legs wouldn't move. I was stuck there, frozen in place. The eyes didn't blink this time. They just stayed locked on mine. Then the thing moved again. A step forward. I didn't hear footsteps. I didn't hear weight shifting. But I knew it was closer. because the darkness changed. It wasn't just inside the room anymore. It felt like it was reaching outward, spreading. And then the voice came again. Softer this time. Closer. You answered. A cold wave ran through my body. I didn't understand what it meant, but I knew one thing. I had done something wrong, something I couldn't undo. And then it moved again, closer, right to the edge of the doorway, and for the first time, I could see the outline of its shape. Not clearly, never clearly, but enough. Enough to know it wasn't supposed to exist. I don't remember deciding to move, but suddenly, I was stepping back. Slowly at first, then faster. My body was finally responding, like something had snapped me out of whatever had been holding me in place, but it was too late, because it was already at the door. Right there, just beyond the frame. Close enough that I could feel it, not touch it, not see it clearly, but feel it. Like standing too close to something you shouldn't be near. And your body just knows. The air turned cold, not normal cold, not like a breeze or air conditioning. This felt deeper, like the warmth was being pulled out of the room, pulled out of me. I took another step back, then another. My eyes never left the doorway. The shape didn't fully come into the light. It stayed just where the darkness was thick enough to hide it, but the eyes, they stayed visible, locked onto mine, unblinking, waiting. I swallowed hard, my throat dry. What are you?" I managed to say. My voice barely came out. For a moment there was nothing, no response, just that silence again. Heavy, pressing. Then it tilted its head, not like a person, too slow, too precise, like it was mimicking something it had seen before. And then it spoke. "You let me in." My heart dropped. "No, I didn't," I said immediately, shaking my head. "I didn't let anything in." A pause, then, "You answered." The words hit harder this time, because I understood. Not completely, but enough. When I asked who's there, I wasn't just speaking into an empty room. I had responded, acknowledged something. And somehow, that mattered. That gave it something, permission. The air shifted again, heavier, closer. It took another step forward. This time I heard something. Not footsteps, something else. A soft, dragging sound. Like something that wasn't built to move, forcing itself to. I stepped back again. Now I was in the living room. The light was stronger here, but it didn't feel safe, not anymore. Because the darkness wasn't staying in the hallway. It was following, stretching, reaching. The shape didn't fully enter the light, but I could see more of it now, enough to know I didn't want to see the rest. My hand fumbled behind me, searching for something, anything. My phone, my keys. I didn't even know. I just needed something to break this moment, and then it moved faster. Not a full rush, not a jump, but quicker, closing the distance just enough to make my chest lock up. "You see me now." The voice was right there. Too close. Too real. I stumbled back and hit the wall behind me. There was nowhere else to go. My mind was racing, trying to find a way out of this, trying to understand what I could do. And then something clicked. A thought. Simple. Instinctive. Don't respond. I had answered before, and that had done something. So now, I stayed silent. The thing tilted its head again, watching me, waiting. "You hear me?" Silence. "You see me?" Silence. A long pause. Then, the eyes narrowed. Not in anger, not in emotion, but in recognition. Like it was realizing something. "You won't answer now." I didn't move, didn't speak, didn't even breathe properly. Seconds passed. Then slowly, it began to pull back, the shape retreating into the darkness. Not quickly, not angrily, just withdrawing. Like something that had tested a boundary and found it closed. The hallway grew darker again as it receded. The eyes were the last thing to disappear, fading into nothing, and just like that, it was gone. The air shifted, the weight lifted, the house felt empty again. I stayed there for a long time, not moving, not trusting it. Eventually, I forced myself to turn on every light in the house, every single one. I checked the hallway, slowly, carefully. The bedroom door was open, wide, but the room inside was completely normal. Nothing out of place, nothing broken, nothing there. I checked under the bed, closet, bathroom. Nothing. It was like it had never happened, but I knew it had. Because when I turned to leave, I saw it. On the inside of the bedroom door, at eye level, scratched into the wood. Not written, not painted. Carved. Deep. Rough. Like something had dragged its fingers into it over and over. 3 words. You answered me. I didn't sleep that night. Or the next. Or the next. And I never asked that question again. Because now I understand something I didn't before. Sometimes, it's not about who's there. It's about whether you should let them know that you are. If you see something strange at night, don't ask anything.